Maybe you've already built something. First, there is the offer you've built. Then, there is the content you share. And finally, the channel you've chosen. And for whatever reason, it just didn't land. Or maybe you're not even there yet. Maybe you're still stuck at the starting line, with way too many tabs open, watching tutorials, saving prompts, and feeling like there's just too much to handle. And somehow feeling more confused than when you started. Either way, this is for you. Because there's this one question that quietly messes with everything. And most people never tell you to answer it first. Why should someone choose you? Instead of the 100 other people saying almost the exact same thing. That's not just a content problem, it's not the algorithm. And honestly, it's probably not because you're not working hard enough. You are. It's one small, quiet thing. But if it's missing, you can pour your whole self into this and still feel completely invisible. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's fix it today. Hey, I'm Roll, and I want to take you back to one specific night, because I think you probably know this feeling. It's late. I'm sitting there with 11 tabs open, 3 tutorials, 2 AI tools, a doc full of prompts I saved because I thought, I'll definitely use these later. I did not use them later. And I had just posted a video I was genuinely proud of, not some lazy, thrown-together thing. I actually tried on this one. I thought through the title, I edited it, I watched it back way too many times, and I even had that little feeling of, okay, this might be the one. Then I posted it, and I kept refreshing. 12 views. Not 12,000, not 1,200, just 12. And I remember sitting there with this weird mix of embarrassment and frustration thinking, how am I putting this much energy into something, and it still feels like nobody even notices? It felt like shouting in a room where nobody turned around. So I did what I always did. I decided I needed more content, a better offer, another funnel, another AI tool, another tutorial from somebody who looked like they had it all figured out. And the more I added, the busier I got. But I wasn't getting clearer. I was just getting more tired. I wasn't lazy, I was exhausted. And believe me, there is a big difference. So if you're in that place right now, if you're working, trying, learning, saving, watching, tweaking, and still feeling stuck, I really need you to hear that. You're not lazy. You were just doing more when you needed something else entirely. The night it finally clicked, I wasn't looking at my analytics anymore. I was looking at my own channel like a stranger would, and that's when it hit me. I couldn't answer the simplest question. Who is this even for? And why would they pick me? I had built almost everything. The content, the ideas, the tools, the effort. But I had skipped the one thing that made all of it make sense. When I fixed that, nothing magical happened overnight. No crazy viral moments, no instant breakthrough, no sudden explosion. But the fog lifted. For the first time, I opened my laptop and I just knew what to make. That quiet, no more spinning feeling, that's what I want to hand you by the end of this video. And maybe you haven't posted anything yet. Maybe you're still sitting there thinking, I don't even know where to start. Same fog, same fix. This works whether you've already launched 100 videos or you've made exactly 0, because we're fixing the thing that comes before all of it. So what was I missing? The fancy word is positioning. I know, not exactly exciting, but forget the word for a second because the word isn't really the point. All it means is this, knowing exactly who you're for and why they would choose you. That's it. It's not about your logo. No, it is not about your colors, and it is not about some clever tagline. Just, who is this for? And why you? Now, here's the part that trips people up. This one decision quietly controls 2 things. It shapes your offer, the thing people actually buy, and it shapes your content, your videos, the thing that helps the right people find you in the first place. Same answer, 2 places. So we're not fixing your business and your channel as 2 totally separate jobs. We decide once, and suddenly, both of them stop feeling so random. Because when you don't know who you're for, your audience definitely doesn't know either. And people won't work that hard to figure you out. They will just keep on scrolling. So why did nobody stop you and tell you this first? Because it doesn't feel urgent. Posting feels urgent. Launching feels urgent. The shiny new AI tool feels urgent. This feels like invisible background work. So we skip it. We start doing. And yeah, I did the exact same thing. I thought the answer was always more. But here's the quiet trap. If your direction is unclear, doing more doesn't get you out. It just spins you faster. More content won't fix an unclear message. More tools won't fix an unclear business. It just creates more of something that still points nowhere. And that's why you can feel busy all day, but still feel like nothing is really moving. And I want to stop right here for a second, because if you're feeling behind right now, a little tired, a little embarrassed, a little like, am I even cut out for this? I need you to hear something. You're not behind. You're just unclear. And unclear is a much smaller problem than it feels like at 11 p.m. with too many tabs open. You don't have to rebuild everything. You don't have to fix your whole life today. You just need to answer 3 simple questions. Slowly, honestly, one at a time. That's the whole job. So take a breath. Let's do them together. First question. Who are you actually for? And this is where most of us go way too broad. I help people make money online. I help entrepreneurs grow. I help people use AI. That sounds clear, but it's actually everyone. And when you talk to everyone, nobody really feels like you're talking to them. Because people who want to make money online could mean completely different things. Same goal, completely different lives. So don't just ask, who could I help? Ask the softer question, who do I actually get? For me, I stopped saying, I help people make money with AI. Too big. The honest version was smaller, and it was truer. I help overwhelmed beginners who are tired of chasing random tactics and just want a clear system. So don't just ask, who could I help? Ask the softer question, who do I actually get? For me, I stopped saying, I help people make money with AI. Too big. The honest version was smaller, and it was truer. I help overwhelmed beginners who are tired of chasing random tactics and just want a clear system. That's the person from that late night, saving prompts, trying tools, watching videos, opening one more tab because maybe this next thing will finally make it click, and still whispering, I don't know what to focus on first. That's who I get, and maybe that's who you're for too, because maybe that was you. Once you can picture that one real person, everything gets lighter. Second question, what do they hate about where they are right now? And you have to say it in their words, not business words, because people don't connect with polished language. They connect with the sentence that's already running through their head. Nobody is sitting there thinking, I lack strategic clarity. They're thinking, I keep trying things and nothing sticks. I'm doing so much and still getting nowhere. I keep watching videos and I still don't know what to build. And honestly, that last one is the one I felt the most. Because I wasn't sitting there with no information. That was the frustrating part. I had too much information. I had tools bookmarked, prompts saved, videos half-watched, notes everywhere. Ideas that sounded good for about 10 minutes, until I found another idea that sounded better. And after all of that, I still couldn't turn it into one clear thing. That's what people hate. Not just that they're stuck, it's that they're stuck while doing a lot. And here's what took me way too long to see. AI isn't giving most people more direction. It's giving them more ideas, more options, more noise, more tabs. So the real pain was never, I need more tools. It was, I have all these tools, and I still can't turn any of it into something real. When you say that out loud, the exact ache they're already feeling, they finally feel seen. And someone who feels seen is a lot less likely to scroll away. And look, if you're watching this thinking, yeah, that's literally me right now. That's the tabs. That's the noise. That was me on that late night. 12 views, too many tabs open, too many ideas saved, and still no clear direction. I didn't need one more idea, I needed this. So stay with me, because the next question is the one that actually pulled me out. Third question, and this is the uncomfortable one. Why you? Most of us dodge this because it feels like bragging. But here's the thing. People are asking whether you answer it or not. Weak answers sound like this. Because I care. Because I provide value. Because I want to help. And look, those things can be true, but everyone says them. Your why you has to be more specific. And honestly, the easiest place to find it is by asking, what do you stand against? For me, I'm against scattered doing, chasing tool after tool with no system underneath. Because most people aren't stuck because they're doing nothing. They're stuck because they're doing too many disconnected things. And that's exactly why you can work every day and still feel like nobody's turning around. So my why me became simple. I teach the system first, then let AI do the heavy lifting. Not, I talk about AI. Everybody talks about AI. My angle is system first. And watch what that gives you. A filter. Random video about the newest AI tool? Probably not mine. Video on using AI to get clear and build something real? That fits. Knowing who you're for doesn't just tell other people who you are. It finally tells you what to make. And maybe even more importantly, what to ignore. For a person who's spinning, that permission to ignore things is everything. Okay, now let's catch all three answers in one sentence. And I want you to do this badly on purpose. Seriously. First drafts are supposed to be clumsy. Don't try to sound clever. Don't try to make it perfect. Just fill this in. I help this person get this result without this frustration, by my way. Mine would be, I help overwhelmed beginners build a real business without chasing random AI tools, by teaching the system first and using AI to do the work. That's it. Who they are, what they want, what they're sick of, and how I help. Yours will probably feel awkward the first time. Good. That means you're actually doing the work instead of hiding in theory. You can sharpen it later. Right now, messy and honest beats polished and vague every single time. Let me show you what this changes. Before, my video might have been 7 AI tools to make money online. And sure, maybe that gets clicks. But for my tired person, it just adds one more thing to the pile. After, it becomes, stop chasing AI tools, do this first. Same topic, different feeling. It touches the actual sore spot. And your offer changes the same way. I'll help you build a business. Forgettable. But I'll help you get clear on who you're for, what to post, and your first offer, so you stop guessing. That people understand instantly. Same answer. Showing up in the content. Showing up in the offer. Quietly walking the right person from a video toward a yes. And here's the feeling I promised you at the start. Now when I open my laptop, there's no blank page panic. No spinning. No, what should I even make today? Because I already know who I'm talking to and what they need next. That's not a productivity hack. That's just what clarity feels like. And it's on the other side of these 3 questions. So here's a soft little test. No pressure. Look at your stuff and ask, could a stranger tell who this is for in a few seconds? Could they feel the pain you fix? Could they tell why you? And if you haven't made anything yet, honestly, that might be even better. You get to build it clear from day one instead of fixing it later like I had to. Either way, if the answer is no right now, please don't spiral. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're a little unclear. And now you know exactly what to fix. That's a good day, not a bad one. Because skipping this is how good, hardworking people quietly burn out. Posting more when they needed to get clearer. Adding more when they needed to simplify. You don't have to do that anymore. So, quick and simple. 3 questions. Who's it for? What do they hate about right now? And why you? Answer those 3, and your content and your offer finally start pointing at the same person. That's the whole thing. Here's your one job before you make anything else. Write the rough sentence. I helped this person get this result without this frustration by my way. Do it badly if you need to. Just do it. And if you want a second angle to see the shape, here's a slightly different one from mine. I help overwhelmed beginners build a simple AI-powered business without chasing random tools by giving them one clear system to follow. Notice it's not the same words as my first one, because yours doesn't have to match anyone's. It just has to be clear enough to start. So write yours and drop it in the comments. Seriously, I read every one and I'll tell you honestly if it's sharp or if it's still a little foggy. Think of it as a free second pair of eyes on the most important sentence in your business. And if this is the first time this idea actually made sense, no jargon, no overwhelm, that's exactly why this channel exists. One calm step at a time. No hype, no chasing shiny tools, no pretending you need 50 more things before you start. So hit subscribe and stick with me, because in the next video, we're going to turn that one sentence into your content plan, so you always know what to post. And that late night, too many tabs feeling doesn't have to come back. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, genuinely. I'll see you in the next one.